Hey everyone, how's it going and welcome back to Robot Boy, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the massive shift in public perspective towards No Man's Sky and Hello Games that has happened in the last few weeks or the last month. Despite this, I'm sure the comment section on this video will still have some hungry haters seeking death and destruction and all, but that hasn't stopped us before and it definitely won't stop me now, so let's get right into it. Sean lied, players cried. Public faith in Hello Games died, but what could they do if not to pursue a reinvention of No Man's Sky? Oh yeah, you're welcome for that poem. Okay, 2 years and a whole lot of hard work later, Hello Games delivered a monumentally huge update that transformed No Man's Sky into a fully functional, okay yes, I know there's still lots of bugs, but still, fully functional, open universe, multiplayer survival exploration game, complete with a 30-hour story, mining mechanics, character customization, trillions of planets, all the bells and whistles and more. So much more. So what did this revival of the game do for the public's perception of No Man's Sky and Hello Games? And how important is this in relation to the rest of the gaming industry? Well, to begin, we need to rewind time and go back to the launch of No Man's Sky. In case you didn't know, No Man's Sky had a bit of a rocky launch. And well, by rocky, I mean it was like an earthquake that shook a mountain into 1,000 pieces. It was savage. Hello Games suffered a lot of hate and abuse. Yes, the game wasn't what it was supposed to be, but under no circumstances ever should anyone receive death or bomb threats, anything of that nature. It was ridiculous. It was carnage on all ends. Hello Games did the only thing that they felt they could do to stay safe, and that was to go silent and continue working on the game to fix what had gone wrong. People didn't care about the multitude of genuinely validated reasons that led to No Man's Sky launching in the way it did. They only cared that it wasn't what it was supposed to be. Sean Murray lied, and they didn't take a second longer to consider how throwing more anger onto the hate train could cause so many issues for Hello Games personally. And from there, Hello Games disappeared. A year later from the launch, after 2 smaller updates had released, adding base building, exocraft, freighters and various other general improvements, the first ARG led the No Man's Sky community up to the launch of Atlas Rises, a huge standalone update adding 30 hours of story content to the game, new biomes, overhauled mechanics, working portals, and even a basic form of multiplayer. This was big at the time and brought attention back to the game. However, it was still a far cry from what people imagined the game would be at launch. As this was the new way of doing things, Hello Games then went silent again and wouldn't return to the public eye until about half a year later, when Sean Murray announced No Man's Sky Next would be coming in summer of 2018. When I say a lot of hard work went into No Man's Sky Next, I mean a lot. I can only imagine the sleepless nights, the late working days, the weekends, the holidays the team have spent carrying on pushing everything forwards to get this update ready and functioning as early as it was. And remember, this is a small team, roughly 15 times smaller than your average dev team working on a game of this size. It's incredible the work that they produced for the size of the team that they are. Is this game, with the next update installed, the greatest game in existence? No. Well, not to me personally anyway, and of course, before you leap into the comments to tell me that I'm wrong, don't worry, if you think that No Man's Sky Next is the best game you've ever played, it's your favourite game, by all means, that is the case for you. I'm not going to deny that. If it's your favourite game, you're allowed to feel that way, and let me know if you do think that, because if it is, then fantastic. I just think that, personally, it's now a very solid game with a load of fleshed out features packaged into a format that has not really been done before to this degree. It's special, it's unique, but on a real note, aside from the fanboy, the fangirlism, it's not a holy prodigy or anything like that. It's just now a great game, which is all we ever wanted it to be. The argument still stands. It should have launched like this. Yes, of course. Well, not even like this. It should have launched in a playable way, a much better way than it did. Could it launch in a way something similar to this? Well, yeah, if it launched like No Man's Sky Next, no one would have any issues. But this is 2 years of work later. Would you like the game to have been delayed by 2 years? I want you to genuinely think about that statement. This game in this state, No Man's Sky Next, was not possible back in 2016. It was not a choice to release the game in the state it was. Could they have handled the reception better? Maybe. Could they have been more transparent about the derailed development process just before launch? Yes, I think so, but they weren't, and that was 2 years ago now. We can't keep thinking and living in the past. Sean and his team have now come out of the shadows, actively engaging daily on Twitter with fans to update about the game's status, hotfixes, patches, bugs, and sometimes just for pure banter. Weekly updates are going to be coming to the game once the core issues are ironed out, and the E3 builds are now in the past. No Man's Sky has evolved into something unique and solid on its own, something that I think is different to what even they imagined it being before it launched. If you want to hold that grudge against Hello Games forever, then okay, by all means, go ahead. But there are surely better things for you to be worrying about in your life. Additionally, do not be the same person who will complain about Hello Games not fixing this game, and then go and buy carbon copy Black Ops 4 this year and hail it as a massive innovation in the franchise. The resilience from Hello Games, this tiny indie developer, controversial or not, has at least proven that any nonsense excuse these multi-million-dollar AAA studios throw out about how it's too hard to fix our game is a pathetic attempt to convince you that you should settle for their half-hearted attempt to keep their game alive before moving on to the next product that they can sell to you. Some publishers and studios unfortunately see their games as a product and nothing more, at least from the higher up positions. Now, do I think that a video game artist, someone who works on creating the actual game, spends their whole life dedicating to making unfinished games that are used to purely profit off customers? No, of course not. But there are people in these big companies that do, and unfortunately they're usually the people in charge of the money, and therefore the direction of the studio's projects and where they're going to go next. Hello Games are a dedicated team from top to bottom who care only about making No Man's Sky a great game and nothing more. I mean, maybe Sean would like to make enough money to treat himself to a prawn curry every now and again, I'm sure. Everyone likes to splash out, and I certainly hope he does treat himself to a prawn curry after next. But overall, this team at Hello Games actually care about the game first and foremost, and it has been shown and proven by their actions over the last 2 years time and time again, and it's not stopping there. And judging by the massive success of No Man's Sky Next, that's been proven through statistics and sales and profit over the last month, I think it's safe to say that Hello Games and No Man's Sky has made a great comeback. So if you want to continue hating, then by all means do. But you're living in the past, and now talking to a community of people who the majority now support the game in its current state. I've said this before and I'll say it again about anything. If you're simply here to share spiteful and negative comments for the sake of it, just leave. Turn the video off, go and watch or play something else. Nobody has time to deal with your negativity, and I certainly don't know how you have time to go out of your way in a day to share nasty comments and thoughts. Have you got a genuine complaint about the game that Hello Games could maybe fix? Then let them know in their feedback forum. Feel like the game is not what you wanted? Well, hold out, because there are still more updates to come. There are many ways to share constructive criticism, which of course I always encourage. You know, nothing would ever get better if we all just rolled over and accepted what was handed to us. That's the way things improve. But just think about the approach you're taking when trying to share criticism. So that's it, everyone. Please do leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. If you're new to No Man's Sky with the next update, what do you think about Hello Games? Do you think it's good on them for fixing their content? I know some people still stand by the argument that we shouldn't be praising them for doing this, but yes, I know under any circumstance, fixing a mistake, that should be the normal, but unfortunately we do live in a world where video game developers do leave stuff in the dust at the first sign of anything going wrong. EA, Mass Effect Andromeda. Unfortunately, it's not uncommon. And it's not necessarily praising them and putting them on a high horse and saying this is the best thing that you could ever do. It's about encouraging this type of behavior when something does go wrong. There's nothing wrong with encouraging people to fix their problems. And that's exactly the point of this video. Hello Games have made a massive turnaround, and they made the game playable, they've made it pretty great, and it's great to see. And if this can translate across the board, across the gaming industry, then for me, that would be fantastic, and I hope more developers do this and implement this type of mindset in the future should anything go wrong for them. As always, please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and do subscribe to join me on this journey if you haven't done so already. And if you are feeling super generous, please do head over to my Patreon to support this channel, and the link to that is in the description below. And with that, I'll see you all in the next video.